Well, hello there, and good day to all of my freaky Final Fantasy fetishists and my pathetic Pauper perverts out there. Today, we're in the Wild West. New cards have just released. It's chaos and bedlam. There's black mage rods everywhere. So we're gonna go back to playing good old Dredge, except for this time we've got a secret weapon. Town Greeter is the hottest kid on the block for Dredge in Final Fantasy. So we're gonna be trying him out as basically a Satyr Wayfinder in this deck. So it's an upgrade over, maybe the Blanchwood Prowlers. We're milling 4 cards with all of our mill spells: Malevolent Rumble, Satyr Wayfinder, Town Greeter, and a few Circle of the Land Druids. So hopefully that makes the deck go a little bit faster. And yeah, no crazy blinks, no weird colors. We're just playing classic Dredge, but with a Town Greeter. So I'm very excited to go back to my roots here. Not much more to say. We're going to be reanimating some beefy Lotleth giants, and yeah, I'm expecting some like black mage rod shenanigans. So got some Gnaw to the Bone in the main. Maybe we'll run into some other Dredge decks, other Town Greeter decks, also Altertron. So I've got some Grave Hate in the side, Mesmeric Fiend, trying to hedge against a lot of different things that we might run into, counter spells, different combo decks, just a little nice piece of interaction. And then of course, Ancient Grudge, and then we've got some Flaring Pain, Fang Dragon for more situational situations. So yeah, with that said, let's get into it. And if you end up liking the video, please leave a like and a subscribe. Really helps me out. Other than that, everyone out there, cross your fingers and toes for me. We're going into round 1. Okay, here we go. A new era. This looks like a keep. We could find something to exhume, maybe. Yeah. Yeah, so I was taking a break from some Dredge decks because it was getting a little rough. A lot of Grave Hate in the meta. Final Fantasy might shake things up a little bit, but I don't think much has changed. I'm still expecting to run into lots of Bajuka Bogs, main deck, Relic of Progenitus, Nile Spell Bombs. Still expecting to run into a lot of Grave Hate, so might be a little rough, but we're a little more powerful with the Town Greeter. Now, I have to admit, I don't play much Final Fantasy, but I'm told that Town Greeter is the final boss of Final Fantasy VIII, right? So that's pretty epic. Pretty powerful ally to have by our side. Yeah, we're going to Town Greeter. We want to find a land for next turn, and we also would like to mill over something to exhume. That would be pretty cool. Looks like we might be against Madness? Don't see every Madness list running this land, but we'll see. We do find the land, that's good, and we find an Ent. So, yeah, pretty happy with that. Let's see how this goes. Ent is probably good against red-black, aggro, or burn plan. Ent is probably the best mill target, so no Bajuka Bog, please. No Bajuka Bog. Okay. Good. And we have a Gnaw to the Bone in hand, too, so I'm feeling good about game 1. Okay, it looks like we're up against a Madness deck. Sneaky Snacker, opponents doing their thing. Well, can your Sneaky Snacker get past one big tree? Yeah, there's nothing. I wish we had Malevolent Rumble, then we could double spell here, but I think we just want to attack and then exhume the Ent. This deck, this version of Madness, if I'm not mistaken, runs a Bajuka Bog or 2, so we got to be careful. Our graveyard might get zapped at any moment. Let's just get value out of it while we can. Ent is really hard to remove. So if you're ever playing Dredge and you're against these aggressive decks, you'll find that if you exhume sometimes you'll have a choice between the Troll and the Ent. And the Troll can get like double bolted often, which feels pretty bad, but the Ent takes a lot longer. Also against Skred, this applies. The Troll easily gets killed by Skred. So the Ent is great. Also, obviously it has reach. It creates a food token, so it's just really stops their game plan. They don't really have a great way to get rid of it. Second Sneaky Snacker, okay. Happy to have a tree. Epicure, okay. Very mana efficient, my opponent. No sign of Bajuka Bog yet. They can't attack. And I believe we just have to leave the Ent back to block, right? If we attack, they'll go down to 14, but then they're going to kill us in a turn or two, so... Stinkweed Imp is another good blocker. I'm thinking we need to Town Greeter to find a second land, find a fourth land and Gnaw to the Bone, potentially. Question is, do I attack with this Town Greeter? I don't know if we need to be on the aggro plan. Plus we want to have things to sacrifice to Dread Return. There's a Dread Return, there's an Imp. Okay. Not worth Dread Returning now, but we don't find a land. That's going to hurt our game plan. We do have to remember we're only running 14 lands in this deck. So sometimes the mill 4, you're not going to hit a land. Also, I don't like how he's so enthusiastically greeting. Do you feel like we're rolling out the welcome wagon for our enemies? What kind of message are we sending? You know, I want to do like psychological damage to our opponents. And this guy's like, hey, come on down. Come one, come all. Come steal our snacks. Opponent might start attacking. Now that they have 3 flyers, they might just start running into my tree. Epicure, yeah, they're going really wide. We need to get this Gnaw to the Bone off in the next turn or so. I think I am okay blocking here because we want to save damage, and it also puts another creature in the graveyard for Gnaw to the Bone. We're close to being able to get multiple creatures out anyway. We will get to Stinkweed Imp this turn. We find a couple more creatures. We really need a land. Gnaw to the Bone is 10 life right now. We really want our 4th land. I mean, maybe I shouldn't have... I don't know if this is our Gnaw turn. They can attack and do like 2 damage, let's say. And then they could have... They're stuck on lands. They could have like 3, 6, 7, 8, 9 damage. They could kill us if they have like land, alms, and like 2 bolts or something. Chain lightning. So I don't know if we leave up the Gnaw to the Bone. Feels really bad not developing our board further though. It's kind of a bad position to be in with Gnaw to the Bone. I could also like attack, try to soften them up. I don't know if I'm playing too cautiously. But if they have more imps, it's probably good to leave back the blocker. They are finding lands. That's right, they played the Carnarium and returned the Gorge to their hand. Oh, if I had picked that up, maybe I was supposed to just gnaw. main phase and prevent their Razor Trap Gorge from coming in tapped. That would have been the big brain Mega Mind play. There's Alms, okay. Yeah, it's probably not worth like whittling them down with the Ent because they're gonna gain life. We're kind of in it for the grind at this point. What? They have 4 snackers? Okay, that's insane. Fang Dragon from the sideboard is looking pretty good right now. What do they got? They should have attacked first before reanimating the snackers, I think. Then they would have got their snacker back and gotten in 2 damage. Sorry, the stack this gets put behind my face here. Okay. Let's just gnaw now. No grave hate though from our opponent. We could still get Bojuka Bogged at any moment. There's a land that's very good. Do we think we can survive? They're gonna get in for like 6, put us down to 9. We're in the same position as last turn. I think we need to play at least 1 mutt and then have the food token up. If we can cycle some of these, dredge some of these imps, our Gnaw in our graveyard gets better. Nine creatures. So I could either double Mutt and then get back to Lotleth Giant in anticipation of Bojuka Bog, or I can save it for a food token. 4 cards. They have enough mana. I feel like they could kill me. How are we gonna draw? It's not like we're gonna draw another land next turn though. Oh gosh. Really don't know. Don't know if I should sack this food token or be balled. They just have so much damage on the board, but I guess that means time is running out. They're gonna get in for 6. Down to 9. And if 3 of these spells, plus they have discards, they have the mana to kill me pretty easily. Yeah. I'm just gonna wait for the food token, I guess. Jagged Barrens. I wonder if they just kill us through the food token. What do they discard? They discard a mountain, okay. So maybe they didn't have it. If they're getting rid of, they're not throwing away madness cards. So it looks like I should have just gone a little harder. Double Scrapwork Mutt, fill the graveyard, and then huge Gnaw to the Bone next turn. Huge! We don't have access to our red mana yet. Do this now. So we can't get instant speed burned or something weird. Yeah, we definitely should have. We probably have to Gnaw again. And then go for the win. The following turn. Ton of blood tokens. Well, we can't go for the win. Is this the Gnaw turn? I can Ent and then get my red tap land. Or I can Ent and get an untapped land and Scrapwork Mutt plus Gnaw. But then we can't get the Mutts back. Maybe that's better. I think Scrapwork Mutt into Gnaw is stronger. Wait, we can't Scrapwork Mutt into Gnaw, right? No, we can't. We also have, like, we can do double Lotleth Giant next turn. Save our creatures. Okay, we're just gonna Gnaw now. F6, save some time. No more of this dilly-dallying around. We are grinding them out of resources, slowly. I think I'm playing this a little too cautiously, though. I'm imagining they have a dream scenario hand, but I'm actually endangering myself further. I'm gonna keep the Mutt. I'm sure they can get their sneaky snackers back with the blood tokens. It's probably the plan. We could find another Gnaw, that would be cool. Did they play a land this turn? They didn't. So I'm afraid that they're going to find a Bojuka Bog, really. Is this double burn? Oh, they're going to... Oh, wow, they're getting rid of my Ent. Okay. That's interesting. That's fine. Now we can't double... This is probably smart, though. We can't double Dread Return now. Okay, here comes the late Imp. Wow. What I wouldn't give for a Wrath. Okay. This is just so awkward. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 10 in the air, but can they kill us? I don't think they can kill us. We cannot double... Let's see. Yeah. Do we have 28 cards. Do we need to mill anymore? Not particularly. We could try to draw land off the Scrapwork Mutt. Or we could try to hit another Gnaw with the Stinkweed right now. Probably do that. Okay. Tons of Ents. Ents as far as the eye can see. Troll. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we could find another land. Thin our deck. I think I just want to Dread Return a Lotleth Giant now for 20 damage. An opponent has to kill us. They can do 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 damage in the air, which is huge. But can they do 15 damage with 3, 4 cards? I don't think so. And I want to get the Lotleth Giant out of the graveyard before it gets Bojuka Bogged. Bojuka Bog is still very bad for us, but... Okay. No Bojuka Bog. Jagged Barrens. So now we just F6 and pray... Okay. Chain Lightning, sure. I guess we're gonna have trouble getting to creatures for, oh no, we have Dread Return in hand, so. Yeah, they're using their burn spells on our creatures. They're going for an attack victory, but we have the Dread Return in hand, so I think we got there. Woohoo! Weird game, though. I think I could have ended it a little more smoothly. It's okay. We're dipping our toes back in the water of Magic the Gathering. Opponent does their thing. Holy, gnaw to the bone. Well, no need for that. 40 life, gnaw to the bone. Haha, okay. Well, what do we want? We have a bunch of stuff that's kind of mid. I think we want to focus on Gnaw to the Bone. Fang Dragon, I feel like Fang Dragon's like good sometimes against this deck. Like that game, it would be awesome. But then sometimes they get like just a couple Kitchen Imps and a bunch of burn spells and it's no good. So I don't know about that. Mesmeric Fiend, Coffin Purge. We could fight over Snackers, but it's not that deep, you know? Definitely going to get the 4th Gnaw. I guess we'll try Fang Dragon. If we get like a couple creatures out of it, could be good. Exhume. They can get a lot of, they can like instant speed creatures into their graveyard, so maybe less Exhume. Yeah, they are gonna have Nile Spellbomb. Probably. Should I be running that instead of this? Down a Rumble? I don't know. Diluting my deck a little bit. Should just commit to... I mean, the early Exhume was so good there off the end. Sometimes these red decks, I don't know. Okay, we got the Fang Dragon situation here, but not much more going on. We got our sideboard cards though, so let's keep it and see if we can draw into some things. This could be a risky keep, but if we can find like one or... Okay, opponent doesn't want to play. Well, that was a little sad. We didn't get to play that out, but on to the next one. Round 2. This looks serviceable. Let's keep it. We got a Miller. We'd like 2 Millers, but we got a Miller and an Exhume if we can find something off the Satyr Wayfinder. Gnaw to the Bone is good against certain matchups. Let's give it a go. Opponent goes down to 6 cards. We skip our draw step. We're going to start with a Haunted Mire and a Passerino. Uh-oh. Combo deck. Is this the Poison Storm deck? Maybe. They're going to be like proliferating, putting stuff back on their... putting counters back on their depletion land. Let's see. Let's Conduit Pylons. Because if we find a fatty, we might mill it. Okay, Malevolent Rumble, too bad. It's gonna get milled. So we gotta go in the graveyard with that. But at least we're finding creatures. Yes, exactly. We don't find a land, but we find some juicy reanimation targets. See what opponent does. If it's Poison Storm, they're probably not playing a lot of creatures. Yep. Okay. So they're looking for their whatever card it is that puts their first poison counter on us. So what do we do? Do we bring the Lotlith Giant back off of this Exhume? because maybe we're not expecting a lot of blockers. We find another Dread Return. Let's bring back the Lotleth Giant. Extra 4 damage. Maybe it's still right to get the Troll, I don't know. I don't think this deck plays that many creatures though. So maybe we're not worried about blockers. Do they have fog effects? They might have fog effects. Okay, there's prologue to Phyresis. Oh, I feel unwell. I knew I shouldn't have signed up for that cosmetic procedure. It was a Phyresis lab in disguise. Okay, but according to plan, Lotleth Giant is unchallenged here. We're gonna rumble first. See if we can find a land drop or something. Well, Monkey's Paw Curls. We find a tap land. Not to the Bone is trash. However, opponent's going down to... We almost have them dead. 8, and if we Dread Return right now... Not quite. We're like 2 damage short. We'd be getting... 6 damage, yeah. Anyway, I don't think our opponent... I think we're in good shape here. Opponent would need to like deal with our creatures and exile our graveyard. They're proliferating. Okay, snap. Sure. We can't actually cast this Dread Return, which is unfortunate. So maybe we are in trouble. Let's see what we draw. Vivisurgeon's Insight. Yeah, never go to a cosmetic surgery off Craigslist. That's how you end up in a Phyrexian lab, Phyresis lab. Contentious Plan. So maybe we're like dead next turn. Can we win? Oh no, Weather the Storm. Opponent. Now we're cooked. Weather the Storm is really bad. Snap and Weather the Storm. They've got so much mana too. That's it, folks. Not to the Bone needs to come out. I guess this is like a Mesmeric Fiend type matchup. Disgusting. I guess we Dread Return a Troll then. And hope the opponent's hand is complete dud worthy. I somehow doubt it. 5 cards and yeah, they're drawing more off Lorien Revealed. Steady progress. You can say that again. Steady progress. You could say that again. Contentious Plan. I do contend with this plan. This plan, no one consulted me. All right, so we're dead. We're dead. Please, no. What? Red mana. Okay. Yeah. Well, this seems like kind of okay, dude. Seems like a nutty nutty draw for them. God, double Weather the Storm, huh? I don't even know what to take. Not to the Bone coming out. They probably don't. Yeah, they don't care about anything that we have here. It's just the fiends, right? Exhume, we probably would like to keep. If we can get like an early fiend, we would need to remove like either their first poison counter card or... God, this hand is not good. I mean, it's good, it's keepable, but do I need to dig for my combo? Do I have the balls for that? Because otherwise we don't have an Exhume or anything. We're just dithering around with Scrapwork Mutts and Stinkweed Imps. We really want to find Mesmeric Fiend. This might be able to find a Mesmeric Fiend. Will it be too late? I don't know. But we're on the play. So let's try to find a Mesmeric Fiend off of the Rumble. Maybe that's our plan. Kick things off, because they've got like a tap land to start usually. Forest. There's Exhume, which is cool, but do we need to stick to the plan? We know they have Snap, but if we could start putting some pressure on it, would be good. And there is a chance next turn we could like Rumble plus Mesmeric Fiend if we find it in a land. Okay. We get the poison counter. But we wouldn't have been able to stop that anyway because we... Yeah, okay. We probably should have, because we could have trolled first. We don't find anything anyway. Conduit Pylons. Because we can take... We probably still Haunted Mire. We could Scrapwork Mutt right now. That's probably better. Surveil. Second Pylons can go to the graveyard. And then Mutt. Get some dredging. It's possible we could just race our opponent if they stumble here. If they don't have Weather the Storm. We're getting in for 7. And, well, we don't really have a way to mill anymore, do we? Town Greeter. The Prophecy. Okay. So we... Attack. Okay, we find the Lotleth Giant. So we win? Maybe that's what we need to do. We just need a race. Was that a turn 4 win? That was off kind of a wonky start too. Cool. Okay. The plan worked. Mesmeric Fiend was so good in our deck. Literally in our deck. It never had to come out and we still clinched it. Okay, but now we're on the draw. So back to Sadness. Do we keep this hand? We've got Conduit Pylons into Exhume, and then we've got ways to find other lands. We've got a combo. We got a way to discard a combo. Maybe we keep it. I think Exhume is one of our paths to victory. We'll be a little slow here though. Conduit Pylons, Surveil. Go, it's on top. But we need to land cycle. So I guess we can always bring it back. But yeah, because we're going to shuffle our library. So otherwise I would keep that on top. We can't really cast it until we find a black source anyway. Is this a prologue to Phyresis? Lorien. Very cool. They get their land, and then they... Okay, so they're still looking for their prologue or the infectious, whatever the black one is. Beautiful, beautiful land choice, by the way, opponent. Love it. Love the swag. Respect for playing this cool deck, too. I think we want to go untapped. Ugh. Yeah, I guess we can't. We're not even exhuming fast. Okay, we'll play Town Greeter. We'll try out the new card, Overseer Wayfinder. It's the same, though. Okay, we do find our black source. That's good. Let's see what opponent does. There's a world where they can't, like, Phyresis us, and then we... Uh-oh, Lotus Petal. I needed to... Can they not get the... If they can't get the counter on us, there's an argument for... Mesmeric Fiend, exhume Mesmeric Fiend. God, that's so good. Do we do it? Fill our graveyard. I don't know what kind of grave hate they run. I guess maybe they're just on the Weather the Storm plan. Should we exhume Mesmeric Fiend? They're stumbling. But we really want to hit our lands. It's so much better if we do it next turn. It's so much better if we can hit a land drop too. Let's hedge against Echoing Truth. Play the different cards. There we go. Yeah, no regrets. Okay, we can't play a land. We would like a second black source eventually. They found the Infectious Inquiry. Whoa. I think there's a thunderstorm rolling in. Wish me luck. Okay, we win. They can't find it. They don't have it. Okay. Weird premature endings to these matches, but that's just because our opponents are feeling the full weight of the power of Town Greeter Dredge. So we're going to keep the magic going into match 3. Round 3. It's now pouring outside. I'm getting flash flood warnings. So really hoping I don't run into high tide. Mulligan. Okay, this is a little land heavy, but I think we're going to keep... We don't really need double green yet. So I'm going to keep the conduit pylons just so we can dig a little deeper. Okay, we're against aggro. So we want to find an Ent, we want to find our Nos to the bone. Exhume? Exhume will take. Do we want to pylons first? Probably not. Just hold off. We might get the red-black land. Okay, it's this version. Let's see how far they go. Okay. Emissary into Ren's Resolve. Ooh, but they got a nasty turn next turn. Well, in theory, we'll have a blocker, right? I think I will get the Geothermal Bog, since we have the Mutt in hand. We'll play a Forest. Let's exhume. while we still can before they have creatures in the graveyard. Next turn we could Rumble plus Mutt. Yep, they're gonna go for it, of course. They might be looking to... Okay. I was gonna say, they might be able to, like, you know, maybe we block and then they burn out our troll, but looks like they did not tap accordingly for that. They needed... Yeah, okay, what do they discard? Discard an Epicure just to be mana efficient. They're down to 3 cards in hand. We are taking a big hit here, but we do get to eat one of their creatures. And we really need to find a knot to the bone. This Exhume has just gotten a little worse. We need to find a knot to the bone, and we need to make sure our graveyard is filled. Ent would not be bad to reanimate. In this case, we will take the Wayfinder. Yep. Okay, so we can play Scrapwork Mutt, which blocks. Or we can play the Ent. I think the Ent is just so good in this matchup, but if we play the Ent, if we Exhume the Ent, they're getting back a Burning Tree Emissary. So I'm not sure. It's essentially not a blocker, and then they're getting in for 4, and then they might be able to do 7. Or we can play Scrapwork Mutt. They'd be getting in for effectively 2 damage. We have a little longer. We don't really have anything we love to discard. I guess we discard the other Mutt. I don't want to give him back like mana either. I think we want to keep this. There's a Gnaw. Okay. So next turn, we're gnawing some bones. Let's just try to survive this turn. Tomb Raider, Percussionist. Okay. They're going wide. Is Fang Dragon going to be good here? Kinda. Not. They have a lot of two toughness. We're going to block that. We're going to take big chunk. Down to 5, but we're gaining 12. Gaining 12. It doesn't help us that much, though. But we have him dead if we can find a... If we can find a Lotleth Giant. So I think the plan is Gnaw to the Bone. And then, see, they're getting in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Their last card is Bushwhacker, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. But then they'd have to do 5 damage with 1 card, which I doubt. So I think I like attacking. Maybe risky. Okay, they've spilled their whole hand. Whew, those things get haste too. Sheesh, okay. Down to 8. But now any Lotleth Giant does it, right? This is a free black source. So let's thin out our deck. We go Satyr Wayfinder first. See what we draw, because if we Exhume into a Lotless Giant, we just win. We do find the Lotless Giant. All right, folks, we did it. Otherwise, we could have Scrapwork Mudded, discard the Dread Return, and bring back a Lotless Giant if we didn't have the Exhume. But in this case, yeah, we got there. Let's go. Let's go. Opponent's getting in a cheeky ping. It's about sending a message. Okay, pretty cool. Not to the Bone did its thing. Fang Dragon, I think it's okay. They're gonna have Relic of Progenitus as well. Do I go down all the Exhumes? Exhume just won us the game, but we're just going for the combo. I don't know. I'm going to go one Fang Dragon. They have a lot of 2 toughness creatures. Ancient Grudge. Do we need to go that hard into the Ancient Grudge? They do have the Rally at the Hornburg. Let's try it like that. We got the Gnaws. We got these to draw out the game and protect against some of the Grave Hate. We can keep this hand. I wish we had an Exhume. But let's try to find a Knot to the Bone, eh? That's what we need. Swamp into Forest Cycle is the plan. We are on the draw, so immediately disadvantaged. Let's see if they have a big turn 2. Could it be? Yep. Burning Tree Emissary. Go. Zoinks. Uh-oh. We're in trouble, chat. Holy raise. Wow, we were F6'd. That mother... It wasn't supposed to happen like that, man. Wow, I was not expecting a raise. I guess do not yield. Do not yield in this matchup. Yeah, the outcome is that we have one less land in our hand, but technically it's not slowing our ability to put down lands, but it will cost us. I really wish I had that extra forest in hand. Bummer. But that is one spell that's not a burn spell or a creature. So, see if we can find a Knot to the Bone in the next few turns here. Probably means Scrapwork Mutt Stinkweed generates more cards in the graveyard, but then Town Greeter helps us find our land drops. If we Town Greeter, find a land drop, our turn 3 is still kind of anemic. So maybe we want Scrapwork Mutt. It's also 2 power. Because we have lands off of the trolls anyway, so let's just dig deeper in our deck and try to find Knot to the Bone, because we really can't waste time here. Plus, if we're getting more creatures, there it is. Bolt on our doggy. Okay. Well, let's see it. What do you got, opponent? Ren's Resolve. There's a Relic of Progenitus. Boo! So now our Knot to the Bone is going to get crapped on next turn. Unless we draw land. So maybe Town Greeter would have been better last turn. Shoot. Darn. There goes 2 Knot to the Bones. So sad. Well, we find a land. We're losing 2 Dread Returns, 2 Knot to the Bone, 2 Scrapwork Mutt. Oh, the pain. The pain. Yeah, well, that is, so if we hadn't auto-yielded that raise, we would have had the third land drop there. We would have gnawed to the bone. So that's auto-yield foul, but who's expecting a raise? I mean, my boss never gives me a raise. So totally came out of left field for me. I think we do have to block. They're probably looking for a land. They find End the Festivities. That does not help them. They need to use the relic. They use the land for a relic. Yep. There it goes. Now we Swamp Cycle. Let's see if we can piece something together. They are... they do have a lot of stuff going on still. At least we can cast 2 creatures this turn. Refill our graveyard like Caresi. I want the 2-power creature for sure. Let's see what we mill. There's a Lotleth Giant. Cool, cool, cool. Holding on to this troll for now. Let's see if we can find another. Not to the bone, we don't. We're close to Dread Return, but we're going to need to use these to block. Oh, and they have End the Festivities, though. I should have known that. But I think we still needed to play some of those creatures. Maybe I should have played a Malevolent Rumble instead. Stinkweed Imp. Better play, maybe. Well, do they have a bolt? Okay. I think we could have won that if we weren't auto-yielded on the raise. That was a bummer. That was a real bummer. Lesson learned. Fang Dragon would have still been okay there. Ancient Grudge. Okay, they're definitely running the relic. Of course. Ancient Grudge doesn't necessarily stop the relic. It stops them from holding a relic over our heads for too long, but if they're just playing it and activating it, then Ancient Grudge doesn't do too much. Okay. On the play. Mulligan. See if we can take this match, man. Okay. Okay, we'll keep this. We can probably get rid of the Geothermal Bog. And I'm scared of Rays. I'm really scared of Rays. Like, I want to not start with the Wooded Ridgeline. Does it change anything? They need to sacrifice something for the Rays, right? There's a Percussionist. Okay, we're hitting land drops. Didn't know we were against a land destruction deck, man. Oh, this is what we do. Haha, the Razor has become the Razee. We could still, like, you know, double spell, like Malevolent Rumble into a Town Greeter next turn, potentially, so I like that. And they don't... Oh, they don't have a land drop. Okay. Raise Karma. Raise Karma. Okay. Let's rumble. Let's rumble. No, we do not find another Miller, unfortunately. We'll take the Haunted Mire and play the tap land. Yep. Pass. No lands, opponent? Yes! Wait, why does this keep happening? Why does this keep happening? Our opponents, they can't handle the pressure of Town Greeter Dredge. Well, on to the next one. Okay. Do we keep this? Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Dun dun dun, control. We will play a land. Pray for no raise. Please, no raise. Preordain, they are scrying. One top, one bottom. Very measured. Very measured. This could be Jeskai Ephemerate, I suppose. I'm gonna do Land Druid, because next turn we can Rumble plus Mutt. Mutt's colorless. It would be harder to Rumble plus Land Druid, because we need to hit a green source off of the Rumble or off of our draw. So let's Land Druid right now. Otherwise, I liked getting the Mutt's 2 power down earlier, and it's a deeper mill. But I think this is, given the information we had, this is the stronger play. We do mill over a Gnaw to the Bone. Might be just okay in this matchup. Augur. Blech. Okay, and they've got a counterspell. Locked and loaded. We do find the Exhume, though. That's pretty good. We gotta... I guess we're Rumble plus Exhume right now. We could have Scrapwork Mutt, discard Lotleth Giant. Let's get a Town Greeter. Sorry, Satyr Wayfinder. I don't want to play with you anymore. Bye. Bye, Woody. Yep, let's get a Troll. And then we'll be able to start attacking. Opponent might have trouble dealing with a resolved Troll, right? They're not running, they're probably running Scred, so maybe in a few turns. They might be running Scred. Probably not, though. This is more bridge-based, right? Let's see. They might have to double spell to get rid of that. They might just bounce it or something. Let's try to attack first. Town Greeter, and then maybe Scrapwork Mutt if we hit a land. Do we have any better plays? Stinkweed Imp if we're expecting a counterspell. Yeah, if they want to counter this, they can. Otherwise, we got a Flyer, Death Toucher. Oh shoot, did I not play my land? No! Bummer. Mistake. I got caught in between my options there. Okay, they're going for the Lorien Reveal. That's interesting. They are shields down. We would be in a better position if we had played our land last turn. Because we could have Scrapwork, discard Lotleth Giant. Let's see what we find off this, though. Find a forest, and we have a Dread Return. So we can still do it while their shield's down. Scrapwork. I wish we could cycle this Stinkweed Imp, but anyway, I think we got the victory, maybe. Dread Return, this guy. Sack, sack, sack. Yep, we get back. Yep. Cool. Okay, that was slick. That was slick. Mesmeric Fiends are coming in. I don't think they do Relic. What's their Grave Hate? Jeskai, Jeskai, Jeskai. They just do like, do they have Thraben Charm? Is that what we're worried about? They don't really have much Grave Hate. I think we could win this. I don't think we need Gnaw to the Bone. Coffin Purge could be good once they start like, but I don't think we need the full play set. Maybe like 1 or 2. Go down like a couple of things. We'll just run 1 Coffin Purge. Let's try to race them. This deck does feel faster though with the Town Greeters. There's something in the water. Ugh, come on. This is so bad. I don't think we can keep this hand. This does nothing. I think a 4 is better. Put back the combo. No, we don't. We want Stinkweed Imp. I think we want like this. Multi 4. Let's see if we can claw our way out of this one. Okay. That's a start. Turn to Ent. Will they have Spell Pierce? Do they run Spell Pierce? Not really. Doesn't look like it. They might have Dispel, but Dispel, they probably wouldn't bring in Dispel against us. Exhume? Yeah, okay. Off to a good start. This attacks through any augurs, any mnemonic walls. Destroy evil, boo. Who's to say what is good and evil? Okay, so now we rumble, and if we find a green off the rumble, we can Satyr Wayfinder. We do not. Do we take the red land, or do we just take more millers? Probably just more millers. Yep, and we got a Stinkweed Imp in the graveyard. Life's good. Life's good. Let's see what they have. Wish they didn't destroy my evil, though. It's a bummer. Oh, sorry. I meant Murmuring Mystic when I said mnemonic wall earlier. Bummer. Bummer. That is a wall. See if we can find a green source. Black source. Find a Coffin Purge in case something weird happens. Too many black sources, though. I guess we're sacking the food token this turn. We could play Stinkweed Imp, but I kind of want it in hand for the Scrapwork Mutt. Stinkweed Imp's good, though, against... Yeah, maybe we're supposed to play the Stinkweed Imp there. It's a good blocker. We're going to have more Stinkweed Imps in hand soon anyway. Opponent scries 2 to the bottom, so that's a good sign. They're looking for something that they possibly don't have yet. Definitely should have played Stinkweed Imp, but we're getting some value. We'll crack the food token. We will keep dredging. There's Dread Return. No way they don't have a counterspell though, you know? Here we go. Do you like try to go for it and sack creatures and then they probably counter it? We can wait till next turn and we could possibly double sack 3 Dread Return. It's a hefty price, but yeah, Lorien revealed. They're going shields down essentially. So, if we mill over another Lotleth Giant off of this Land Druid / Stinkweed Imp, we could win. Only one giant, okay. Let's see what we hit. Is that a second giant? Yeah, I think we got there. We got 6 creatures, and then we double Dread Return Lotleth Giant. Oh, they got a burn spell? There I go, getting excited again. They got Scred. Scred on my Satyr Wayfinder. Okay. Okay, opponent. That's fine. They have delayed our victory. Well, no, they haven't, because we still get... no, we still get there. Because the Lotleth Giant we sack to the other... Yeah, okay. Yeah, which land do I want? Sure. Normally I'd take the red source, of course, but we are winning here. And then Dread Return, Lotleth Giant. Doot, doot, doot. Ah, Zabinya. Nice. Nice. Okay, cool. Wow, we're 4-0. Well, fingies and toes crossed, folks. Can we do it? Can we get the 5-0? Let's see. Whew, okay, match 5. I did have to attend to something for a couple of hours, so coming back to this a little discombobulated, but let's see if we can get the trophy, you guys. That would be epic. This hand, we can keep it. We got our stuff. We'll see what we're up against. It is getting quite late here. It's close to midnight, so let's hope my brain can keep up. But I'm just really excited to finish this league. Quite liking the town greeters. Uh-oh, we're against Spy. Okay. Okay, final boss battle against... this might be the 5-land Spy version. I suppose we're going to want to bring in our Mesmeric Fiends and our Corpse, our Crypt Incur, whatever our Grave Hate spell is called. And besides that, gotta go fast, huh? Oh god, we're getting all of our tap lands this game as I talk about how fast we need to go. We got some stuff in the graveyard though. We're moving towards a Dread Return on a Troll, perhaps? Opponent has no land. Oh. Could this be our chance? Okay, so we want to get the black-green down, I believe. And then we're going to... I kind of want to get the... So we have a choice. We get Town Greeter down, hopefully find an untapped source, so we can Dread Return next turn. Then we have more creatures out to sack for the flashback on the Dread Return. Or we could Malevolent Rumble, and even if we don't find a tap land, we'll have enough mana with the Eldrazi to cast Dread Return, so that's a little safer. We lose an Exhume, we find a Gnaw and a Stinkweed Imp. Oh, Gnaw to the Bone could be good in this matchup as well, right? We probably need to be up to like 40, 50 life, and they would have a hard time killing us. They do find some land, but they did get slowed down a turn. 2 forests, not much else to do with them. Okay. Yeah, and then I'm glad we did it this way, because now we can start stinkweed imping. Let us bring back the troll, get around their blockers. I'm not sure what removal they would run, but like, do they run Snuff Out or something? Troll would be resistant to that. We've got a decent sized Gnaw as well. I want to get it a little bigger. Maybe 2 turns. So they're getting land number 3 here. Swamp, they play it. Oh, that's my favorite swamp too. Big respect to opponent. We're gonna start attacking though, which is epic. Yeah, keep filling our graveyard. There's a Lotleth Giant. We might be able to go for the win here. Let's see. Opponent's at 14. So if we mill over, we're at essentially 8 plus 2, 10, 11 creatures. So if we mill over at least 3 creatures, we can win. Let's do Town Greeter first. And then we can Scrapwork Stinkweed. We'll grab a basic forest. I guess we could have, yeah. That's pretty good. I think we probably get there unless we get a really terrible mill right here. Unless we get like 0 creatures. 14 creatures. Sweet. Oh, the giant? Does the opponent have any hate? No, they don't. Yeah, game 1. Okay, game 1 down. Okay, against this deck, Coffin Purge. Not to the Bone is good. Do we bother with the Mesmeric Fiends? We can take Balustrade Spies. Maybe Exhume is pretty bad, huh? They got a lot of these guys in their deck. So that's okay as is. I'm not sure if I should run Mesmeric Fiend. It is a combo deck though, but I'm just not sure what to cut. Like, maybe we don't need all of the Gnaw to the Bones. We can go down like a Druid and a Giant. Let's try it like that. Doing a lot with our sideboard, but we're keeping our creature count high. We found our Grave Hate. We don't really. This hand doesn't really do anything though. We would need to draw a green source. We could cycle for the green source. And then what? We rumble into another creature, and then we have Grave Hate. Not the worst, but it's not the best. We have a ton of Grave Hate though. Can they even fight through this? Like, is this just... too good? And we know exactly when they're going to go off. They need to have, once they get up to 5 lands, has some redundancy if they bring in like their own Mesmeric Fiends. I also don't know for sure, is this the 6 land or the 5 land version? I think it's the 5 land version. So I guess we don't know exactly when they're going to go off. Oh, we found the Ent. Nice. Very nice. Okay. Feeling good. I like opponents' land choices. Champions of Kamigawa. That's the set I started playing Magic in. Ooh, hardcast land grant. So that means they have another land in their hand. Let's forest cycle. Basic forest. There's a Lotleth Giant. We will rumble. I guess we take a Mesmeric Fiend. We can start casting those. Okay, opponent. What do they got? 3 mana, Axebane Guardian. Is this like a Walls combo? Is this even Spy? Maybe I don't know what we're up against. Maybe there's some weird Final Fantasy spice. Interesting. Well, let's see if I botched everything with this Coffin Purge. Okay, we don't want to draw both of those. Let's see what opponent has going on in their hand. Oh, yeah, it looks like a... We got to take Quirion Ranger. Looks like a Walls combo deck. I really don't know what this is, actually. Okay, well, we're going to figure this out together. Maybe the Coffin Purges need to come out. Maybe I totally misread this matchup. Opponent, land grants. Ceruli Caretaker. So they drew Overgrown Battlements, which they're playing now. And they can ent. Are they waiting to like instant speed ent in case we have an exhume? Probably. Hedging for that. Satyr Wayfinder, not bad. We probably find a swamp with this. Yeah, our hand is so awkward, especially if they're not even doing graveyard stuff. All right. There's a Dread return. We don't really have any good targets. We can bring back an Ent. We can bring back a Troll. It's good that we got the Quirion Ranger, I suppose. That enables all kinds of busted stuff. But I think I misread this. So do we get a black source? Keep up Coffin Purge, or do we get... We don't need the dual land. This hand is very awkward. They don't search. I guess they want to cast their Ents. Okay, so they're casting Ents, and we would have to sacrifice 3 things to get our... Yeah, ugh, this hand is just bad then. We kind of botched our sideboard plan. Well, let's see. Let's see what they're up to. They're playing Ents. Food tokens are a little rough. If this is an infinite combo, then I should have taken the Nas out and no Coffin Purge. Town Greeter, not too shabby. We know opponent just has a bunch of Ents. So Scrapwork Mutt is a nice flashback. We have got the Stinkweed Imp. We can't really attack with it, but is it worth doing that and seeing if we find a Lotleth Giant? 2 of the Lotleth Giants are right here, so I guess we would discard it. I want to do this now and use it to bring back... I just want to fill our graveyard more before we start messing with these Lotleth Giants. Do you think we can find another Dread return? I think we can, and then we can use the Scrapwork Mutt. I want to soften them up with the troll. You got 10 creature cards in the graveyard, so if we can attack once and like do a little more milling, maybe we can win this before they like, let's see, they're gonna gain like essentially 6 life off of the Ent's food, this one and the one in their hand. I guess I should have left black untapped. I don't know why I did it like that. Well, this is wonky. Really thought this was a spy matchup here. Just, I saw land grant and my brain turned off. I thought Cerulean Caretaker, I guess it wouldn't really make sense if Cerulean Caretaker was in a spy deck. Opponent dazzled me with their lands. Okay, they're gaining a lot of life, they have a lot of threats, so it's getting dicey. I guess Troll doesn't even attack very well into their stuff. There's another Lotleth Giant. So we can discard. Yeah, I played this super weird. Just totally not sure what I was up against. We have 2 Stinkweed Imps in the graveyard. I'm gonna get another Lotleth Giant in the graveyard. There's a Dread Return. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do they want to trade with my troll? I guess so. I guess I'll... Yeah. Kill those 2, sure. Kill my troll. We just gotta find more Dread Returns, I guess. One more might do it. Well, it'd be kind of crazy if we won this with like 2 dead cards or a bunch of dead cards. See what opponent is doing. Reaping the Graves. What is this deck? There's probably some like combo I don't know about. So they get their 2 creatures back. They get to gain another 3 life, sure. I guess. I don't know why I thought this was spy. The Cerulean Caretaker should have been... I guess they're just trying to find their combo and they're having trouble. Here comes Sagu. Okay. And they still have another Ent in their hand, right? One, 2, 3. Axebane only taps for 3. I guess so, bro. And we're gonna keep dredging. We only get closer to victory. We find a Dread Return. Yeah, I think we have it. This is a weird final match, isn't it? They have instant speed Grave Hate. They bust out a Thraben Charm off the Axebane Guardian. I'm gonna play the Stinkweed Imp just to be safe, so I don't sacrifice anything crucial. There's a Lotleth Giant. Sack. Zach. Can you gain... Did we do it? Woo! Okay. Well, sweet. This is my first trophy on MTGO. To be fair, I have not played that much MTGO before recording videos, but oh, how exciting. Wow, weird last match. Kind of a fever dream. But yeah, awesome. Well, that was a fun deck. To be fair, we did not run into that much grave hate. I think we got a little bit lucky there. A couple weird premature concessions from opponents, but other than that, I felt like the Town Greeter definitely sped up the deck. Like we might have had one or two turn 4 wins, and the starting hand didn't even seem that amazing. Yeah, it just felt like it ran smoother. It felt like it was more consistent. It might seem like a small difference, that one extra card, but it's huge. And yeah, awesome. Okay, well, I don't know if Dredge is back. We'll see how the meta settles and what the grave hate situation is like ultimately. But I had a great time. Yeah, that was awesome. Thanks everyone for watching. Leave a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.